We learned earlier that the product categories of Liu Pao tea are mainly based on 1. Classification according to the national standard of Liu Pao tea. 2. Classified according to the local standard classification of Liu Pao tea. 3. Classified by the history of the Liu Pao tea process. According to the history of the Liu Pao tea process, Liu Pao tea can be divided into Liu Pao farmhouse tea and manufactured of Liu Pao tea. In this lesson, we will learn the handcraft techniques of the traditional craft of Liu Pao tea, including fresh leaves, spreading, heating, kneading and milling, piling and smothering, rekneading, drying and other process steps. First, look at the requirements of fresh leaves. Picking 1 bud and 1 leaf to 1 bud and 3 or 4 leaves of equal tenderness according to the standard. The collected fresh leaves should be kept fresh, graded and staged to be processed on the same day. Fresh leaves should be withered or staged before fixating to promote quality. If you sunbathe at 30 degrees for 30 minutes and then wither naturally indoors for 32 hours, the quality will be significantly improved. The first step of the traditional process of Liu Pao tea is fixation. The killing of Liu Pao tea is characterized by low temperature, and the temperature of the whole process generally changes from low, high, low. When heating by hand, it is generally 3 to 4 kilograms of leaves per pot. Before throwing leaves into the pot temperature should be about 80 to 90 degrees, about 2 minutes of frying, and gradually increase the pot temperature to about 140 degrees. Stir fry for 2 to 3 minutes, then lower the temperature of the pan and stir fry for about 2 minutes. Method: place tea leaves in a pan, stew and stir fry first, then stir fry, then combine with tossing. The action is first slow and then fast. When stir frying, pay attention to the old leaves, more smothered, less raised. Young leaves, more raised, less smothered. Stir fry until the leaves are soft, dark green, slightly sticky, and lightly fragrant. The whole process takes about 5 to 7 minutes. Heating should be evenly. Heat until the leaves become soft. The color turns to dark green. Grass smell basically disappeared. It is moderate for tea stems to be folded but not broken. The second step is kneading. Liu Pao tea is kneaded by hot kneading method, that is to say, immediately after being heated. It is kneaded without being cooled. Knead with light heavy light principle and unblock 3 to 4 times in between. Kneading of Liu Pao tea is mainly shaping, and cell crushing rate is supplementary. Because of the requirement of Liu Pao tea to be brewing resistant, the cell crushing rate is not easy to be sufficient, and the cell crushing rate should be controlled at about 65%. The third step is mulling or piling. Piling, the process of stacking the tea leaves after heating and twisting to promote the change of inner substances. Under suitable temperature and humidity conditions, tea leaves are piled up for a suitable period of time to promote changes in the inner substances. The process of piling is the key to the unique quality of Liu Pao tea. The purpose is to promote the transformation of the inner substances, reduce bitterness and astringency, mellow the taste, eliminate green odor, and develop special aroma, destroy chlorophyll, and change the leaf color to dark yellow-brown through the moist heat of the pile. Generally, raw materials with 2 or more leaves are provided with low-temperature baking to 50% or 60% dryness after kneading, and then are stacked to avoid going bad or getting rancid and sour. The principle of pile is thin pile of young leaves, thick pile of old leaves, thin pile of high temperature and high humidity, thick pile of low temperature and low humidity. General pile's height is 33 to 50 centimeters. Pile temperature should be controlled at about 50 degrees. If it exceeds 60 degrees, it is needed to immediately turn the pile heat so as not to burn pile. In the process of stacking, generally need to turn the pile 1 to 2 times. Turn the side of the tea billet into the center to make it stacked evenly. The stacking time is specific to the situation, generally 10 to 15 hours. When the leaf color becomes dark yellow with brown, sticky liquid appears in the tea dual, releases the characteristic mellow aroma, that is, the stack is moderate. Some manufacturers also use kneaded leaves to pile up for 24 hours. Then after the initial drying to 27% moisture content, pile up again for 36 hours. The effect is also better. The fourth step is rekneading. After the stacking, the tea dual loses some moisture and the stems are loose, so it needs to be rekneaded once to make the stems roll tightly. After heaping, the tea duals inside and outside the heap are not evenly dry or wet. So the tea juice integrates with tea leaves through rekneading. The dryness and wetness are consistent so as to facilitate drying. Before rekneading, the leaves can be baked first with a low temperature of 50 to 60 degrees for 7 to 10 minutes so that the tea duals heat up and soften in order to facilitate the formation of strips. Kneading method should be lightly pressed and lightly kneaded for about 5 to 6 minutes to make the strips fine and tight. The last process is drying. The traditional craft of handmade liu pao tea, the last drying process is roasting on a 7-star stove using an open fire with pine wood. Baking is done in 2 stages, small and full fire. Roasting core temperature of 80 to 90 degrees. Spreading leaves 3 to 4 centimeters, interval 5 to 6 minutes to turn once, so that the heat is uniform and drying is consistent. Baking to 60 to 70% dry and spread out to cool down. The tea leaves are generally cooled down for 20 to 30 minutes after the moisture is spread evenly, and then heated with full fire. Full fire is low temperature thick pile long baking. Baking temperature 50 to 60 degrees. Spread leaf thickness 35 to 45 centimeters. Time 2 to 3 hours. Baking until the moisture content of 12% or less, which is the moderate degree of dryness. In this class, we learned the traditional craft of liu pao tea. The key to the production is to mold over, but the molding time of the traditional process is not long, and the degree of transformation of the inclusion is limited and does not meet the quality transformation requirements of red, strong, mellow, and aged. So the tea color is not dark, only reaches the red-yellow color, and is comparable to the quality of liu pao tea within the industry. What are the key processes in the traditional liu pao tea making?